Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. And so for today, in the beginning of 2024, where I'm basically setting up my journeys throughout 2024 with different devices that I own, we're going to be talking about the Google Pixel Watch. Pixel Watch Generation 1. Not to confuse a lot of people because Generation 2 is out there. And so I'm just gonna give you guys just my all-out thoughts on the watch performance, the battery life, what do I think about it, how does it help me in my day-to-day, all those things basically. Just give you guys an idea of what I think about the watch itself. Now, so first things first. Again, this is the Pixel Watch Generation 1. Gotta make that pretty much known because some people will get it confused thinking it's the Pixel Watch 2. I don't have that device yet. Eventually I will upgrade to it. For me, it actually pretty much functions very well, and a lot of these new features that's rolling out to it has been very helpful in making the watch perform better. So with that said, let's go ahead and deep dive and look specifically at the watch itself and show you guys around and whatnot. And if anything has changed since the release of the watch, you guys will see it firsthand. So let's kind of get into that. All right, so let's take a look up close with the Google Pixel Watch. And yeah, this is the Gen 1 model, so this is not the Pixel Watch 2. So if you have questions about the Pixel Watch 2, do not ask it in this video because I don't have it. But this is the first generation Pixel Watch, and shout out to the community again for gifting me this watch along with the Pixel 7. Like, you guys are awesome, and I just always am grateful for that. As I said, I don't keep always on display on. I use the crown button to kind of turn on the display. I don't mind the display being off majority of the time. I don't need anyone else looking at my watch face and whatever. The watch face and the time and information is for me to see. And yeah, so no always on display means that I extend the battery life a bit more than what you would normally get if you kept always on display on, how fast it would actually discharge. And I may just go one day with always on display to see how long it takes or how short it takes for the battery to run out. But I have this watch band which was gifted to me from Google, so shout out to at Google Pixel _US, and also shout out to at Google Pixel on social media. One of my photos that I took on Twitter, they liked it, and so they sent me this watch band as a gift. And this watch band released when the Pixel Watch 2 came out, but they sent this to me a few months before the launch of the second generation watch. So again, shout out to them. But one cool thing I want to point out about the Pixel Watch, right? And this is kind of a form of security, but as you can see that it's not on my wrist. When I took it off my wrist, it requires a pin, your pin actually, to be put in order to unlock it. So that's pretty cool because one thing I always worried about was like if someone like snatched it off my wrist or whatever, whatnot, they would get into the information in the watch, and actually they won't. The moment that this sensor leaves your skin on your wrist, it engages where you would need a pin put in. Okay, let me go ahead and put my pin in real quick and we'll browse around. Okay, so this is my watch face, and if you long press on the watch itself, and you can choose between however many different watch faces you want, you can always add more from the watch itself, or you can do it from the Pixel Watch app. I'll throw up the user interface, of the app on your device, so you can see there's different types, and you can customize them on here, or you can do it from the Pixel Watch app itself. Let me go back to the watch face that I was using, but anyways. Yeah, that's how you select the watch face on there. And I have this screen protector on it, along with it's a screen protector bumper case for the watch itself, just to keep it protected. Better safe than sorry, because your hands move and stuff like that. You can accidentally hit something and crack the display or crack the bezel, which would then weaken the integrity of the display. So those are those things to keep in mind when it comes to the watch itself. I would always recommend getting a case for your watch. And as you can see, since it sits off the wrist and if the screen is off for a good amount of time, the lock will engage again. Only time the lock is not really required is when it is strapped to your wrist. Then you won't have to be entering that 4-digit pin all the time. Swiping, and there we go with the lock again. All right. Swiping brings you your tiles. You can edit these in the Pixel Watch app. You can, have whatever you need on there to be quick and accessible. Drop down here is your quick settings. Pretty much same as like your mobile smartphone. You have your things like flashlight, airplane mode, do not disturb. You can access settings from there too as well, which will bring you to settings where you have like connectivity, display, gestures, apps, Google, all that stuff. And one cool thing that I love that they brought to the Pixel 1, I thoroughly enjoy, is the fact that they brought this little transfer watch, which means that you don't have to wipe or like, reset the entire watch to pair it to a different phone. Just do the transfer watch through here and in the Pixel Watch app on the new device, and it will sync the watch to your new device. So that's pretty nice. Um, there it goes. The lock. Sorry about it. I was locking up. And so to access your apps, basically from the home screen, you would just tap the crown and it'll bring up all your apps that you use. Majority of them are standalone apps. However, if you're like downloading third-party apps like watch face apps and things like that, you would basically be installing a companion app. But yeah, all these are where you would find your apps that you install from the Play Store. The Play Store is accessible, through the Pixel Watch app or through the watch itself. Now, if you have the LTE model, watch itself, then obviously it's going to benefit, from going to the Play Store directly in there. But with the watch itself, especially when you're away from home, then you might as well just grab the app through the Pixel Watch app and have it sync to your phone. Unless you're at home and your watch is connected to Wi-Fi, because yes, you can connect your watch to Wi-Fi. So if you're at home, you'll get notifications and things like that because you will have this link to your Google account. So a lot of notifications will auto sync to the watch. And if you're at home and you're connected to Wi-Fi, then yeah, you'll get all these things a little bit faster. Um, so besides, just having a look around the user interface of the watch itself and everything, when it comes to phone calls, I would not recommend taking phone calls on the watch itself. I mean, it is functional, it works. I've tried it a few times with, when my wife called me, I'll answer through the watch, like if I'm cooking dinner or something like that. But the speaker itself is a nice little squawk box. So I mean, it's hard to hear, especially when you have like, noises around you. Then it'll be hard to really hear on the call, even at max volume. And then when you have it at max volume, just for me, at least this is for me. I don't know how other Pixel Watch owners feel about this, but sometimes I'm scared to have it at 100% volume because it's such a squawk box. I feel like it's going to blow out the speaker quickly, and I just I mean, I take care of my stuff. I want this to last a long time. So yeah, I just, I always keep it maybe like at 80% volume and don't go any higher than that. So phone calls on this, I wouldn't really say that this would be a best thing to take a phone call unless you absolutely need to and you're in a very, very quiet place. Then yes, taking phone calls on this would be fine. So it does not, like charge on like wireless charging pads. I have one here, so I'll show you guys. You have to use the specific charger that comes with it. So I will lay this watch down, see if I can get it to touch the pad itself. And as you can see, it does not engage my charge pad or whatever. But the little hockey puck that connects to the back of it, once it's connected on there, it just starts charging. And charging times on this is actually pretty quick. It charges up to 100% pretty quick. I can't tell you guys a definitive like time, but I can tell you guys that, it's like, it doesn't even feel like it takes an hour to charge it to 100%. And that's good because if like, earlier I was only like at 43% when I powered it back on. And I know it's not going to make it through the day, so I threw it on the charger, and I think it was only charging for like 30 minutes, and it was like 100%. So that's good. Overall, it for the size and everything like that. I know people want the bigger displays. I'm not too worried about that. I'm not trying to walk around with the, flat screen TV on my wrist. No, I can read the time. I can read notifications for the size of this display itself, so it doesn't bother me. And it's a great companion tool just to be able to get notifications without always having to pull my phone out and checking my phone. My phone can just stay in the pocket. If I'm in a meeting or something like that, I can still get notifications without disrupting the meeting. So these are some of the things that I look at when it comes to why I have a smartwatch. And the fact that, it tracks your fitness and everything like that, along with the Fitbit app, is pretty cool. It's awesome. Plus, when you buy these, you get like I think like 6 months of Fitbit Premium free, so that's cool. Um, yeah, so I mean, so far, like, the only caveats I would say that this watch has is, of course, battery life. Some of y'all may want a much longer battery life, and I get that. Or you guys might want to keep always on display on, which I'm not too worried about that. But that would probably be like the biggest caveat is the battery for those that want AOD. Yeah, you're not gonna get a very long battery life charge on this. For those that are like they want to like set it and have it charge up and leave it that way and expect it to last like 3, 4, 5 days. So you won't get that with the Pixel Watch. Me, I don't have a problem taking it off and charging it. And then for those who ask, like, how do I track my sleep? Well, I will have it to where I have to charge in the afternoon. Um, and because of the way I have my watch set up, I charge it like in the afternoon, evening time, and then once it's fully charged, I put it on. It's good to go until the next day around the evening time. So it is on my wrist when I sleep, which will track my sleep progression and see how I'm getting, like what type of sleep I'm getting and rest and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, cool little watch. I appreciate the community for gifting it to me. Shout out to at Google Pixel underscore US for the watch band. They're pretty awesome. They gifted me two of them, so I have two of these. One is just put away, but again, thank you for the watch band. It's really awesome. If you guys have any questions about the Pixel Watch Gen 1, drop your questions in the comments. Thanks for checking out my video. And yeah, so more videos coming in the beginning of 2024 to set the journey path to all these awesome devices that I have and how they age until the end of the year. Peace.